gentlemen, Ukulele Bill, I am back, baby. And this one is Stay Block Island. I'm going to Block Island, going to Block Island, to 1661, where service is number one. Yes, I'm going to Block Island, tranquil, quiet, beautiful. Surprise is part of Rhode Island. Yes, I'm going to Block Island. 1661 is great stay all summer long. Yes, I'm going to Block Island. Bring my ukulele, entertain every day someday. Pay with royalties. Day will never come. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I realized that, and I was getting this job. This job was really bothering me because, these other people, they rate a song in 10 minutes, and next thing you know, it goes 16 million. Mine, hey, something? I decided I'm not going to let that bother me anymore. I figure, I'm 78 years old, and and I like to be remembered for me, not somebody who wished, because wishing and hoping will never make it come true. So, ladies and gentlemen, this next song is Appreciation. As I write this song, I want to thank all you people who are following me. Because of all the scams out there, phony, well, I am off of chats. I have often thought of quitting. However, thanks to all of you who are giving me great comments. I want you all to know that I appreciate them all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking of quitting, but then I find out that a lot of you folks like a lot of my songs, and you people have kept me going, and I'm never going to stop. Now, this one's called Planning for the Future. Oh, wait till you hear this one, folks. As I'm on my deck here at 1661, all alone and blue, thinking how great it would be all summer through. Will a song of mine will ever go viral? It will, but it will take a miracle. Here we are in June 18th, 2025, thinking about what the day to return in 2026. Had a hard time, wondering what time to be picked up to go for the ferry for back home on June 20th, 2 days from now. People always say to look to the future. I have problems planning what might happen the next day. I am just living this moment. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hey, if you're alive at this moment, then that's all. Bingo. Just, you don't know what's going to happen, folks, so just happen. So just be glad to be where you are. Okay, this is Rains on Block Island. When boom, 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 I'm on Block Island. And it felt good. Just get warmer. Off I go. If it rains and cold, I just use my umbrella and I walk now. Woo, woo, woo. if it rains on my brain. Now, cold, dress warm, and go now. Woo-woo! When I talk, my wife always says it's always too loud. People hear my voice in a crowd, boom, boom, boom. Tribute to the Three Stooges. If Curly was here and it rained on his brain, he would just rub his bald head and go, woo, 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 woo. And that's what Curly would do. Okay, folks. Man, as you can tell, folks, I have a great time here. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Star. Here we go with this one. When I wished upon a star, never thought I could make it this far. Started when I was 6 years old. 73 years, ladies and gentlemen, to reach my goal. I am a professional, own TV show and radio station, members of the Singer-Songwriters and the Singer-Songwriters Worldwide Association. Enjoy what I do. Perform free for you. People say, are you complaining? I said, no, I'm not complaining. You're just jealous. Hey, how about that one, folks? Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, now this is called Actress. If you want to hear some fake news, listen to this. She is a famous actress. She will support me and help me if I buy her a VIP card for at least $200 to be my friend. No VIP card. I say no the way she changed the color of her hair. She has a $30 million mansion. She has so many pictures of her on Facebook. The only way I can get ahead if her friends like what I do. Like, will that ever happen? They are just jealous. I'm a professional, live in a beautiful ranch house, not expensive. I am just an unknown street corner singer. She makes like I'm her only love. Facebook, a lot of lies. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook, man, do they have some scams, but they also have a lot of my friends out there, too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I asked this server at Davenport if I could do this song, and she gave me the okay, because I never would do it without it. Okay, this is called Davenport. Here we are at Davenport's again. Daria is our server. She's the best in the land. Knows what I want. Order decaf tea. With the meal, my chance of getting anywhere is the same as winning the lottery. She said I could play at her restaurant in Newport, but hey, however people say, keep saying, the best is yet to come. This too shall pass. As I said, she mentioned me about entertaining at the restaurant, and have my wife watch the cats of a person that she did the job for. Rose said she will never want to retire. So there goes my job at entertaining at the restaurant. Well. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This one is called 1661. Block Island, boom, boom, boom. Block Island, boom, boom, boom. Block Island, whoa, whoa, whoa. 1661, boom, boom, boom. 1661, whoa, whoa, whoa. Block Island, boom, 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 boom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 1661, boom. 1661, boom. 1661, boom. 1661, woo. 1661, woo. 1661, woo. 1661, woo. Block Island, Rhode Island. Boom, boom, boom. Woo, woo, woo. Just a little. Hey, every once in a while, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get an easy song there all the time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Long Marriage. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I usually don't get an update on some of the girls that I went out with. However, but news break, flash. When I sang Married Alex, a girl's name was Linda. She told me to go jump in the lake. Anyway, I found out through the grapevine, scratch that because I don't want to steal that from anybody. Alex divorced her and left her with 6 kids. Maybe I should say, yay, Linda? Hey, okay. Long marriages. As we go through a long marriage, we find out that it's not all peaches and cream. We hope our love will last into eternity. Till one day, we find the person that you fell in love. We'll end up being an altogether. Find out that they're a different person. We have no crystal ball. Maybe we should have a reality TV show. Show what love is all about. Confessions show up later in life. A long marriage is a rocky way of life. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you don't like it when you find out that it's end up, being, a different person. We don't know. We don't have a crystal ball. But long marriages, when you've been having a long marriage, when we used to go out when we were younger, when we went out with a person for 6 months, it felt like it was a long marriage. But once you get there, folks, nobody wants to back out. Okay, now this is arrive at Point Judith. June 9th, my wife and I will go to Block Island. But we left later than we're supposed to. Arrive at Point Judith to board the ferry with a lift so we don't have to go up those middle stairs. But we end up sitting on the bow, because they had a problem with that lift. Having only 3 hours of sleep, my wife was up all night, eating ginger snaps, bagel with jelly. Next, start heating up, start to sweat, never seasick in 53 years, but all of a sudden, all on the floor. Should have walked up the stairs. 53 years of not getting seasick. But there's always a first time. But when we arrived at Point Judith, the captain remembered our names. Well, see, ladies and gentlemen, all the seats were taken. We usually sit in the middle of the boat, but we ended up sitting at the bow of the boat. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I usually do 7th album, but I'm going to do these here. Now, this place here is at the bottom of the National Hotel. It's called the Coffee Place. Coffee, Block Island, the Coffee Place has got the best coffee in the world. If my wife likes it, you know it had to be the best. Woo, 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 woo. The Coffee Place. Boom, boom, boom. Best coffee in the world. My wife likes it. This is proof. She's a coffee fanatic. Best coffee in the world. The Coffee Place is under national. Try it. The Coffee Place on Block Island. Woo, woo, woo. Boom, boom, boom. The Coffee Place, my wife likes it. So that is proof. Yeah, the Coffee Place. What happened, ladies and gentlemen, is I got her a large coffee, but every time I walked, I was spilling the coffee, and the coffee was hot. It was coming out of the little hole at the top of the cup. Well, I went to a taxi stand, and luckily I met this taxi driver. Unfortunately, I did not get her name. I got her in her cab, and she said she don't like to have messy cabs. So she took the coffee, she held it in her hand, and she drove me up to 1661. And I got in there. I spilled a little coffee getting into the place. However, without her help, I never could have gotten that coffee up to the 1661. So that woman there at the taxi stand at Block Island, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called Old Harbor Takeout. Old Harbor Takeout, boom, boom, boom. Block Island, Block Island, Old Harbor. Old Harbor Takeout. Best burgers in the world, Old Harbor Takeout. Best burgers in the world. Woo, 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 woo. Boom, boom, boom. Block Island. Block Island, Old Harbor Takeout. Woo, 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 woo. Boom, 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 boom. Best burgers in the world. Boom, boom, boom. And I see the girl there. Her name is Rose. And I says, "Oh," I said, "You're hiring help?" She said, "Yes." I said, "No thanks." She said, "Why?" I said, to do business, to have you as my boss, Rose, and being married to a girl named Rose, I don't think I could put up with two girls named Rose at the same time." Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Entertainer. I wonder who that person is. I would love the people to know who I am while I'm alive. Would love to get royalties while alive instead of 6 feet under. How many times when a songwriter or a sports figure, a singer, actor, or actress remember, did they remember when they were alive? People want to just flip fast, not knowing if a person with 2 minutes at the same thing, entertaining. Yeah, I remember, folks, when people couldn't stand an actor or actress that they were starring in films with, they talked about how bad they were or if they had bad breath or whatever. But as soon as they die, I did a lot of movies with her. She was great. She was a great actress. Why the devil did you remember her when she was a great actress? But then people die. "Oh, I loved being in the movie with them. Oh, did you hear about so-and-so passed away? Oh, isn't it a shame?" What the heck gives? So if you like an actor or whatever, or if you worked with somebody, remember them when they're alive. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be my last song. And I'll try to get rid of playing with them next week, which I am fantastically glad I am back. Okay, this is Home. Here we are at home and at McDonald's when all is lost. Workers are not great, would be better. Back on Block Island at the 1661 buffet breakfast. Service was great. However, did not meet who. I'd spend the time longer. When weather, it was got better. We had to leave. Someday, go with someone who will always be our driver when we're on the island. Whoever the person, but we met a fantastic bellman who brought us to town. We called, picked us up in town, brought us back to the hotel. Only had to walk up that hill twice. In previous years, every time we called them up to get a ride, don't know where they are. They're on the road. But we're lucky with this person. At least I had a great time, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I'm fantastically glad to be back here at Channel 9. And good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And though it's always sweet sorrow to part, you know you'll always remain in my heart. Good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. And this ukulele bill say, hey, listen, know how to drive out there, folks. Please, there have been too many serious accidents on the road. So please, ladies and gentlemen, and as Lawrence Welk always said, folks, keep a song in your heart. This ukulele Phil saying, see ya.